Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a reading today for your divine love, twin flame, soulmate connection, however you identify, for this Lionsgate portal that is happening right now. So some very intense energies and shifts. We're really going to be focusing on the activations for union timelines. So basically work that needs to be done, things that are happening within this connection, within both the masculine and feminine in preparation for union. So just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. We're going to be doing some of this reading here on this channel, and then we're going to be going in a little bit deeper on the extended. So I will put that extended link down below if you guys are interested. All the decks I'm going to be using here today are created by myself and will be listed down below. And these two beautiful organites are called the Twin Flame Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine Nudes, created by Michelle from Wing and Bell. So let's get into it, you guys. We're going to see what massive shifts are taking place in your connection under the influence of this Lionsgate energy right now. So we're going to go into my cosmic contracts, the ties that bind oracle, and see what types of massive shifts are taking place in your connection right now because of this Lionsgate energy. Let's see. Wow, we have receptivity. It says this Lionsgate is going to help both twin flames open up their hearts. So I really love this because we're in Leo's season, which is why they call it Lionsgate when this lines up this way. And Leo is ruled by the heart. So I just love that this big red heart is coming up immediately just to confirm that something very powerful is shifting in the heart chakra center. So either today or just when this Lionsgate energy started opening up in late July, this right here is confirming for us that there's some big shifts that are happening in our heart centers. We're both becoming more receptive to one another. We're more receptive to the concept of unconditional love, forgiving our partner, etc. Oh, I love this. It's so fantastic. All right, so what else is coming through for this massive shift? So heart chakras just cracking open, suddenly just feeling so much love pouring in for our counterpart. It's beautiful. What else? Okay, interesting. So we do also have karmic person. What I'm also getting here, you guys, is that karmic partners around you that you guys both may be dealing with. These don't have to be romantic partners, by the way. These can be friends, family members, coworkers, etc. We are seeing the mask is coming down. We're seeing the illusion finally that maybe we have built up around those connections. So people's masks are coming down. The teddy bear always reminds me of childhood, so childhood traumas might also be recognized during this period of time. So Lionsgate can sometimes bring forth a lot of shadow, but it is for removal purposes, so that way we can, take off that weight and raise our vibration and go higher, to ascend higher. So that's why some of this energy can sometimes be intense in a positive or even sometimes negative way. So I'm kind of getting both energy, but we're realizing maybe we're not pointing fingers, because you can see here these people look like they're arguing, like we're no longer blaming people. We're no longer blaming other people for other people's problems. We're taking some sort of accountability or responsibility for our own healing, etc. So to me, this is a huge shift in the heart center. We're seeing karmic lessons, karmic situations for what they are. We're realizing that they were necessary. This could even be some of you guys, if you had been or are currently in a third-party situation with your counterpart, that you are more in your heart space for the situation. You are forgiving the masculine, or maybe perhaps forgiving the karmic partner if there is one, and just choosing to be in a state of love, a vibration of love. So some major powerful energies coming through. But it could also be that you're opening your heart space up to the fact that maybe you're not happy with someone specific, maybe staying with that person, if this is your story, out of guilt or whatever. You're realizing that that's not the way to go. That's not the way to operate. And so you might be just being honest with yourself or other people in a loving way, and dropping these karmic partnerships that have really run their course or just are no longer serving in a positive way. So remember this, these are the shifts that are happening for both of you guys. This masculine might also be looking at a karmic person in his life and saying, you know what, I've been with this person out of fear, and I just no longer need to be in that state or story any longer. Wow, pretty powerful stuff. What else? We also have boundaries. So this is about taking a stand, putting up healthy boundaries, placing healthy boundaries in place with people that even, we care about and that we love, but we've learned a lot, maybe through other karmic people or karmic lessons, and it has actually made us stronger individuals. So again, we're able to see the silver lining. So instead of focusing on all of that pain or blame, what we're doing is we're actually seeing the hidden blessings in these karmic partners or karmic relationships that we've been in before. So that way we can open up our hearts even further. That's pretty awesome stuff. All right, let's get one more card here for what's majorly shifting and taking place. Oh my gosh, I love this. What's the word? Resurrection, death, and rebirth, inspiring your transformation. So anything that's been caged, anything where we have just been holding ourselves back, or just anything that any situation where we have felt trapped, there is a massive shift that's taking place that is literally going to open up that gate, okay, that cage, that gate, so we can remove ourselves, so we can, leap from whatever this timeline is to the next. So this portal energy is very, very powerful for some of you guys out there. It could feel painful, but this is also bringing forth a resurrection from the old, death, rebirth into new, resurrecting into a whole new life, a whole new way of living and being. So even if this is not with each other per se, this is happening in your environment with other people. And what that does is it helps you guys make room for each other at a later date, especially if there is a separation or challenge currently in your connection. So I just love that energy. So let's go ahead and get some more. Let's see what else we need to understand about these concepts. Okay, so this is my connections for the Modern World Oracle. What else is massively shifting right now in this connection for both parties? Okay, interesting. It's so funny. There is some kind of, maybe someone that we're seeing as problematic, or I should say we've seen as problematic in a situation, whether it's you or your twin flame. It doesn't matter. But we have been projecting blame onto someone, or maybe we have felt badly for having to put up healthy boundaries because we could not be a part of a situation. So what I'm getting here is that a lot of this energy, we're just letting go. We're letting go of this need to try to control, or this need to even school other people, because we realize that that does not work. So there is something that's transforming. This bitch energy is transforming. The lower vibrational energies of the bitch, it's transforming. Okay, so let's go into my connections of the Modern World Tarot. We have the Empress. This is beautiful. This is the divine feminine. So we're choosing a softer side of the feminine, okay? We're also, we're looking at other feminines in the world, whether they're karmic partners or whoever they are that may be spending time with the masculine. And we're deciding to remain in a state of grace, handle ourselves with poise, and just be either calm, cool, and collected, which doesn't mean that we're going to let people steamroll us, but it just means that we're taking the higher road. So the Empress is the queen. The queen just is. She doesn't need to bark orders. She doesn't need to school people. She doesn't need to get in their face. She just simply is. So I feel that for feminines especially, there is something that's being transmuted. You have shifted or are currently going to be shifting this energy. You're coming from this low vibrational energy of the distorted feminine to this higher version of the feminine. What I'm also getting to, you guys, is that sometimes when you just step back, feminines, if you step back and you allow this masculine to duke it out with whoever he is duking it out with, and you remove yourself from that, you're going to experience more success. Not only are you going to feel energetically better, okay, but you're no longer going to be a springboard for their problems. You're no longer going to be submitted to projections of blame, etc. When you remove yourself out of that situation, you can no longer be the scapegoat. Okay, so I feel like that might be something that some of you guys have just recently learned, or you're realizing that there's more power in this energy. Okay, what else? I love that. See, this is about seeing the silver lining. Like if, we're taking this magnifying glass and we're really looking into that rainbow, we can see all kinds of amazing, beautiful things. So to me, this is about a promise. It's about making a promise to ourselves that we're going to treat ourselves better, that we're not going to allow other people to mistreat us, etc. So this is a really amazing energy. If we don't feel appreciated with the people that we're with, then what we're going to do is we're going to instead refocus this on ourselves. We're not going to try to make someone appreciate us. They either it's in them or that it's not. Again, we're not pushing, we're just accepting. And we're learning to perhaps focus on other things in the meantime. So I feel like a lot of these massive shifts are taking place because I'm not saying it's all the feminine, but the feminine has realized something majorly. She has realized that the empowerment of the feminine really lies in doing less for this connection and more for herself, if that makes sense. And I love that. It's like that's where that sweet spot is. That's where the key is. The Fool. The Fool is about letting go. It's just about literally hitting the reset button and just letting go. The Fool is ruled by the planet Uranus, and that is the planet of freedom and liberation. The freedom to live, the freedom to live your life any way that you choose. It's full acceptance also of other people, so it's very unconventional and unconditional. So I feel like that is also what's happening here, is that it's giving people the freedom and the free will to choose and to make their own decisions. But it's also about realizing that there is a life to live, that there are other things in the universe that are going to play a role in your ascension, etc. So it's just, to me, that's like the world is your oyster. It's just about you, going out and getting it. So it's appreciating that there's more. It's also appreciating that we're not living our life to our fullest because something is holding us back. So if there is a strained connection or relationship that someone, whether it's masculine or feminine, is caught up in or stuck in, this energy here, it's like it's knocking on the door of the masculine or feminine soul and saying, hey, there's so much more that you could experience. There's so much more out there. But you've got to release yourself from whatever this is, this bird cage, wherever your wings have been clipped. It doesn't have to be this way. There are new adventures to have. There are new things to experience. So all of this is coming full circle for both masculine and feminine. They're feeling this appreciation for life. They're feeling more connected to themselves. They're feeling empowered. They're not feeling so afraid. They're not feeling so fearful that they can't do what they want to do. It's definitely a very freeing energy. All right, what other massive shift is coming through? We also have Gossip Queen. So there has something to do with a lower vibrational feminine energy. And when I say feminine, this does not mean that it has to be a female, because a Gossip Queen can also be a male as well. But it's just a feminine energy, okay? Feminines usually express themselves through words, maybe even being passive aggressive sometimes. So there seems to be this energy that has been in the situation, in your connection, affecting your connection in some sort of negative way. And I feel like the feminine has chosen to take the high road. She has chosen to allow this karmic person to reveal themselves, or just, it could even be this masculine needing to see things on his own. We may feel like we need to tell someone what's going on, or tell someone where they've gone wrong, or what they need to fix, what they need to do. So it can really go either way, whether this is someone in the masculine's life, or is this just the masculine himself, and we feel the need to perhaps tell him what he needs to do. This is all going bye-bye, is what I'm getting here. We're leaving it behind. We're leaving this need to either intervene, or some sort of negative energy that might be attached to the masculine. We're leaving it behind. We're just disassociating ourselves from it. We're not necessarily abandoning our connection or the masculine, but we are refusing to be caught up in this negative energy that's really not serving. And with the Nine of Wands, yes, we are protecting ourselves. So feminines, let's just say that you are, and this is not going to resonate for everybody out there, but let's just say that you are engaging in some lower vibrational behavior, such as stalking, calling, talking about this masculine to everyone who will listen, or, people that he knows, spying on social media, trying to figure out who they're with, what they're doing. This is, like I said, it's not going to resonate for everybody, because I know not everybody is doing that, but this to me is just some sort of behavior that is being given up finally. And this portal is the perfect time to give this up, to give up this addiction, to give up this need to know, this need to try to either control or to keep score of this connection. This is actually a really negative trait that may have been triggered by this connection, but it's one that is not serving. It's a burden, because the 10 of Wands is right after the 9 of Wands, and it just means it's a burden that we need to finally let go. We need to finally let go of needing to keep tabs, or needing to figure out what's going on with the particular person that's connected to the masculine, or comparing ourselves to someone that the masculine is with. Now, some masculines may be single and with no one. So if that is your story, what I am seeing here is that this could just be your own inner shadow that you are battling, your own inner shadow of just allowing this masculine to come to his own conclusions when it comes to this connection. And, realizing that giving people the freedom to choose, the free will to do what they need to do on their journeys, to figure out who they are and find themselves and come to their own conclusions, that's the best thing that you can possibly do. Anytime we push or chase or try to, push our agenda on someone, it just always has a negative consequence. Now, some of you feminines may not even have issues with that, or have been engaging. So the third message that I'm getting, or I guess scenario, would be that this masculine could be going through just some major upheaval when it comes to this connection, and because, or just some kind of karmic situations, karmic energy that he's holding on to. So because you're choosing to just step aside, it is now being revealed very clearly to this masculine what needs to shift, what needs to change, so that way you guys can experience a resurrection in this connection. So it's all happening for the purposes of opening up the heart so it can receive. That's what it's for. So that is what we have so far. So why don't we take a look and see, where is the divine masculine and the divine feminine in regards to themselves, their twin flame, as well as their divine connection with the divine. So their connection to spirit. Let's look at this energy. So we're going to go into my Twin Flame Journey Oracle Revised Edition for this masculine. Where's this masculine in regards to himself at this time on the journey? Okay, so this one wanted to come through. Okay, we do have third party. Now, you guys, I don't want to say that this masculine is with someone else romantically, but it could just be that there are outside influences that seem to have some sort of an effect or creating chaos in the masculine's life, because this is coming through for his self energy. So what that tells me is that this masculine is affected by his social group or his peers or what other people think. So it's coming up in the self because he's really affected by other people. Okay. So that might be why all that came through in the beginning, that there's a karmic person that is being revealed right now. This masculine is seeing with his own eyes what the issue is, what the problem is, and really trying to drop that situation. Or it could just be dropping some sort of behavior, whatever this meddling energy is. It could even be an addiction. It doesn't have to be a person. This is my Mystics Midnight Tarot. Oh, wow. We have the Judgment card, which is resurrection, back from the dead. So this to me is an indication here that anything that has been basically keeping us dead, keeping us just barely surviving, that's coming to light. We're starting to see things. We're also looking at ourselves, and we're making, kind of taking personal inventory and kind of figuring out what hasn't worked in the past. Why have we always been, in either a third party, or why have we always let other people become so important with how we feel and what we think and what we're doing? So to me, this is something that's really coming up for the masculine right now, so he can examine this and figure out why he is continuously allowing other people to rule his life, rule his judgments, or define who he is. So he is going through a major transformation right now with dropping these either people or these programs that just are not serving him in a positive way. So some major stuff going on there. Let's take a look and see where is the divine masculine in regards to his feminine. Okay, so we have self-worth, confidence, self-love, and dignity. Okay, so let's see why that's coming through. Wow. Two of blood, which is the Two of Cups. So this masculine currently has a lot of love for this feminine. He sees her as an ideal partner. He sees her as someone who has a lot of confidence and a lot of self-worth. So to me, this is very positive. If this masculine does not feel like he has enough self-worth or has anything to offer this connection, this could be one of the reasons why he either pulls away or hides from this feminine, if that's the story. But I just feel that maybe he doesn't feel worthy of her because maybe she is someone who would not be in that kind of situation with him if he's tied up elsewhere, or etc. So he sees her as very worthy. He sees her worth. He sees her as the Empress. So feminine, you know how that came up in the beginning with the huge shifts? You are the Empress, which is the ultimate divine feminine. That's the divine feminine rising in her activated energy. And that's who you are right now, or this is what's available to you to become. So the fact that this masculine, his energy towards you right now is very positive, and he sees you as a perfect companion for him. He's in that Two of Cups energy. This is really saying something. This tells me that if he doesn't feel worthy of you, he still has this desire to be with you. So it doesn't take that away. Okay, so now let's go into his connection with spirit. What is the masculine's connection with spirit right now? Okay, so we do have refocus. It says recenter, target, and objective. So this is an opportunity for the masculine to refocus and recenter when it comes to his connection with spirit. So if there's anything that's getting in the way of that, anything that's causing him to not be able to focus on that, he's trying to put that back to center. He's trying to come back to center. So this could be where he's looking at things and he's really seeing what's standing in the way for him, what's actually kind of taking away from the overall picture for him. Whatever's not adding to his plate, I feel like what he's doing is he's kind of objectively looking at it and saying it's got to go, which could be that karmic partner. Now we do have the Nine of Swords. So Nine of Demons, Nine of Swords, fears coming alive. So there's a lot of things that he might be focused on right now that are negative. his fears are really, really activated right now, actually. And these fears are ultimately pushing him towards that 10 of Swords, which is something is over. Something's got to go. He's got to objectively look at something. And it might be very fearful for him to let go of a very toxic person or a toxic aspect of himself. But this is all coming to a head. Just like I feel like it's coming to a head for the feminine that's in the 9 of Wands energy. There's some kind of behavior that is a burden that needs to be let go. This masculine, the way that he is seeing things or dealing with a situation that's very fear-based and ego-based, that also has to go. So I just feel like this is something that, is coming to life right now. And it's coming to life for him to see it in full view so he can objectively take care of whatever this problem is. Okay, so his connection to spirit right now, spirit is bringing forth some shadowy energy that's really helping him to see that something needs to basically go. Okay, so that's what we have. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the divine feminine's energies right now. Okay, so what's the divine feminine's energy when it comes to her self? Okay, this is actually a new deck that I just created here. It's called Goddess Awakened Oracle. So this should be available, I think, probably in the next couple of days. So if you can't access the link right away, it should be available in the next couple of days. So let's take a look and see, what is the feminine's energy connected to the self? What is this? Okay, so wow, look at this, you guys. We have Machina, which is programs. So any old programs, anything that has been programmed over the years, what I'm getting here, this is about ready to change. She's either getting rid of old programs or reprogramming, doing an update in the hard drive. Yep, saying farewell to old shit that's not working. This says here, I do not need another's apology in order to gain closure. I can heal all on my own when I am ready to release them. And that's beautiful because we don't always get justice in this world. We don't always get closure like we envision it looks like. Sometimes we have to do it on our own. And so I feel like when it comes to the self right now for the feminine, she realizes that she can choose to be free anytime she chooses to. She doesn't need another person to do things right by her. She doesn't need anybody to come back and say they're sorry. She can do this healing all on her own. So I think that's a really beautiful upgrade actually for the feminine. Let's see where she's at with the masculine right now. What is the masculine's energy? We have feral, uncontrollable. I love this because this is what I really feel like the feminine is embodying right now. She realizes that by trying to control the outcome, by trying to maybe educate him or tell him what she thinks he needs to know or do, it doesn't work. A feral animal basically cannot be controlled. So it doesn't mean that the masculine can never change. It just means that she realizes that it's not her job in life to control his moves. It's not her job to also control the destiny or fate of, or even direction of this connection. All she can do is change herself. And when she makes those changes, this does positively impact connection later. So I love that this is coming through this way. Let's see what else. We have equality. If someone cannot reciprocate my same efforts, I do not continue to try harder. I take it as a sign that we may not be on the same page at this time. And that's exactly what that is, that letting go. We realize that the harder that we push and try, the worse it becomes. So that's what this is right now for the feminine. She's realizing that just by letting go and focusing on her and focusing on the things that, she needs to focus on, because we already know that the masculine is right now, when it comes to his connection with spirit, he is trying to recenter and refocus. So the feminine really doesn't need to do anything. She just needs to focus more on, what she's got going on in front of her. So if the masculine is not wanting to connect with her, he's not wanting to speak, he's not wanting to work things through, it just means that right now you guys are just not on the same wavelength. You're not on the same vibration, on the same timeline, and that's okay. So this is about just accepting that and not driving yourself crazy because of it, okay? Allowing things to just take their natural course. So let's see, what is the feminine's connection to the divine? Her connection with spirit right now. I love it. We have prism. So this is, to me, it's like a beautiful canvas. It says abstraction. Yeah, it's very abstract, this connection, this whole experience, this whole journey, this whole situation. It has been a clusterfuck, I'm sure. So for me, this is telling us here, you know, when you look at abstract art, everybody sees something differently. So feminine, what I'm getting for you is that you're seeing things from a whole new light. You're seeing things from a whole new angle, a new perspective. What you see might not be what your masculine sees right now, or it might not be what other people even see, but that doesn't matter. It's kind of like it's your world. Everything and everyone is just living in it. And it is true to a point. So your life is what you make of it. So you might as well focus on the things that make you happy and bring you comfort and joy. Okay, not on things that rob you of your peace and just your peace. So I love that you are starting to see things from more of a spiritual perspective. There is a high vibrational lens going on here. And I love this because we have lanes. I don't compare myself to other people on this journey of life. I stay in my own lane and I let others do the same. So again, your journey doesn't look like someone else's, and that's okay. And that's why a lot of things, that we'll read on the internet, or you'll have like, twin flame experts or coaches say, this is what awakening looks like. This is what union looks like. These are the signs. I never listen or read any of that stuff. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't have its place, but nothing is cookie cutter in life, you guys. It's just not. Not everybody is meant for the same things. Not everybody is experiencing the same lessons. We are all unique and different, and that goes for your connection with your divine counterpart, okay? So just don't forget that. So Spirit is trying to remind you of this. You don't need to compare yourself to where other people are at or what's going on with other people. You do you. You look at things and you see the beauty in what you need or what you're seeing. So that's a beautiful work of art in itself, is your ability to see the beauty in something that other people might go, it's a freaking mess. It's a disaster. And you're like, no, actually it's a masterpiece. So it actually reminds me of that song called Colors from Halsey, and it's the stripped version, so it's slowed down. And she says about the person that she's speaking of in the song, you're ripped at every edge, but you're a masterpiece. So it just reminds me of that, where she's able to look at this person and see what a beautiful masterpiece they are, even though they look like, probably to everyone else, a total shitstorm. So it's just about, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, basically. So your experiences are your experiences. You let other people do what they need to do. You focus on you. And this creates a beautiful energy of being receptive and open to unconditional love, which is how we started this reading. So anyways, you guys, that's what I have for you so far. We are going to go a little bit deeper into things. So over on the extended reading, which I'll put that link down below, we're going to take a look and see what is being revealed for both the masculine and feminine when it comes to your life purpose and spiritual mission. We're also going to look at what are you guys both surrendering or surrendering to in preparation for union. We're going to look at what is the divine masculine, because I'm doing things from the feminine's perspective. So I'm just going to say, what's your twin flame, I should say, whoever's watching this reading. What energies are flooding in right now for your twin flame in the form of psychic downloads and visions that they're receiving about you and your connection. And then we're going to end it with new cycles that will begin after this portal. So if you guys are interested, I will put that link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.